Loot tables, I'm thinking, right? Bare minimum. We need some new enchants, bro. And when I mean new enchants, chat, I don't mean fucking like, I don't mean Curse of Repulsion type enchant, bro. Oh my god, bro. That shit is so ass, bro. Chat, who is using Curse of Repulsion in the big almost 2025, bro? And it's only been like, what, few weeks since that shit? I've not seen a single soul use it. That's why I actually have some enchant ideas that I was gonna drop on y'all. Enchant ideas. I actually wrote this on the when I was on the plane because I had no internet. Okay, and I shared them with my. They don't have to be. Some of these can be relics or enchants interchangeable, or at least the armor enchant ones can be interchangeable. All right, so this is what I got for weapon enchants. Right, this will like repulsion is so. It's boring. It's boring. An enchant should never feel just boring. Unbidden is kind of boring, but it's like, okay, at least it steals ether on M1, right? There's a positive effect on M1. Repulsion feels a lot more like an armor enchant than something that's why no one uses it. It's boring as fuck, it's passive, and it's not even that great. So let's actually jump into my first one here, which I called Rage, right? I guess I'll draw these out. So the idea for the Rage enchant, I will pitch these, but you know, chat, I want your input. So the idea is, right, let's just say I have like the Rage enchant, and you know, it makes your weapon like a darker red, like a wah, but not like a Grim or an okay. It has like a special aura, you know what I mean? That's like wah, radiating from it. Rage. And so the idea is, chat, right? The idea is it's supposed to be like a 1vx enchant, right? But in a way you don't think, actually, right? The idea is simple, right? The more people you hit, the more effective it becomes, right? But it only works if you hit 2 people. So what it does, it procs a rage stack, and for every rage stack, it's minus 5% cooldowns on all your cooldowns, right? Mantras and Bell. I don't know if there's any, I don't think they could do talent cooldowns, but Mantra and Bell, right? Because I don't think they do talent. So like, for example, if you hit 1 person, it doesn't work. So it's not a 1v1 sort of enchant. But if you hit 2 people, that's minus 10%. And so basically the idea is like, the more people you put in combat, right, with the tag on them, right, it's buffing you because it's gonna generally make you better against, you know, multiple people trying to attack you, right? But if you're flooding on somebody and there's only 3 people there, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you're only gonna get, it's not really gonna be as good as stacking like a damage enchant on top of your weapon. But if there's like 4 or 5 people on you, that could be minus 25% on cooldown, including your Bell. You know what I mean, right? And Bell, that's a big savior. But that's if you hit all of them as well, because some people when they jump you, they're not hitting you. They're like sitting in the back using mantras. So it's still an offensive M1 type of, you have to land your M1 and I guess crit too. I don't know if they make it crit, probably just M1. And they have to stay in combat. So if they're not in combat, it goes away. So there's counterplay to it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen an enchant that really tackles cooldowns, but I think this would be, you know, it's like a flat 5% per. So yeah, you could get minus 50%, which is like a bless gem basically on your Bell and your mantras, but you have to hit 10 people, right? Like, how often are you gonna have 10 combat tags on somebody? But there could be a situation where you're just getting that jump. So it scales, right? The more outnumbered you are, the better it becomes. I can't see what you guys are saying, so I'm gonna look at chat in a second. The next one, so yeah, that's like the Rage enchant idea that I thought of. I was like, okay, because I don't want to just be like, I hit 2 people, more damage. Like, bro, we have too many damage shits already. Let's see some other effects. And another example of that is Leech, right? Leech. This one might be kind of busted. Maybe, all right. It depends. They can balance this one out. So let's just say like you're on probably like a heavy build, maybe like a medium build. It could be either, but heavy for the example because it's gonna be like a proc based enchant, right? So let's say you're on a heavy build and you have like the Leech enchant. There's like leeches out your fucking sword. You know what I mean? It's like, ew, what? Ew, like nasty, right? The idea is simple. Let's just say it takes like 5 heavy M1s, which is a lot. That's a lot to proc something. But let's just say it takes 5 heavy M1s, 5 to 6 heavy M1s, right? So it'd be like 7, 8 on medium, 9 maybe on light, which is like, that's a lot. But that's because the effect of this thing is really good, right? So 5 to 6 like heavy M1s is like, you know, for how many hits it procs. And what I write here. I said the idea is whenever you proc Leech on somebody, it places leeches on your opponent, right? And it's a steal base effect. You're stealing their posture relieving effects. So, for example, right, if somebody has a leech on them, maybe it lasts like 10 seconds or whatever with the amount of hits. That's why it takes a lot of hits, because that's an insane effect, right? If they go up to and spit on you, right, you get that 25% clear, which is like, what, yo? So that's why you have to be careful, because this would have to be something that's like you need a lot of hits to proc, and it shouldn't last that long. But like that's so much pressure you can put on somebody in that amount of time. It's like, yo, you have to be really careful, because even if you parrying is supposed to relieve your posture, right? That's going to your opponent. That's a deadly enchant. It might have to be like 6. It might have to be a lot of heavy hits, right? So the idea is like, oh shit, like, and you'd be able to tell, right? I think it'd be cool if like the leeches start forming on you, or maybe it's like maybe it's not like a proc, it's like proc and time. Like if you don't land 6 M1s in a minute, then it resets. Yada yada yada, you get what I'm saying? Just like ways to balance it out, because bro, like there's a lot of people with just so much posture, and it's like, you know, you're dealing with like a shield user, right? It's like they have 45 posture and they just added more posture units again. That's fine, but bro, let me get my fucking, let me start bulldozing motherfuckers, right? If I'm beating his ass, imagine you can steal his fucking posture, bro. I don't know, that might be too busted. I'm not gonna that's why I thought it'd be like, it's like a hard thing to proc, but it's like really busted if it does. But I don't know, if they don't want to do, that's fine. Look, all I'm saying is, chat, all I'm saying is, at the moment, I just want new enchants that are A, something kind of new, but B, like, they make me able to play aggressive, right? That's what I really didn't like about Repulsion. It was like, it's not like, bro, it was the opposite of aggression. Like, you're rewarding, like, no, I don't want that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want, or shit like Nemesis, right? Like, where it's like offensive sort of shit, but it's like new, right? But it's a very casual enchant, but it really works well with heavy, for example. I think stuff like that is great, like stuff like, or like Tears of the Eden Kite, right? More shit like that, bro. That is, bro, we need that to be in the new loopholes for the boss. Because I'm beating the Parasol, I'm beating the World Serpent. Okay, you get the one exclusive thing, or maybe some drip. Now you're just farming it for the same thing you were doing Diluvian and Helmut for, which is relics. Speaking of, we don't have any new relics either. So yeah, these are just some of my examples of enchants that could be like, oh, this is a World Serpent exclusive enchant, Rage. Like, oh, or like Leech is the Parasol one, right? Because like Parasol does the sucky, sucks your blood move, except this one's sucking your pot. You see what I mean? Like it ties to their yada yada, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I thought I was on the plane when I did these. Let me make sure I'm still streaming. Y'all still here? Okay, but y'all still here. Let me see what you guys were thinking. Yo, thank you so much for the 349. DM about the bug? Sure. Alright, let's see what you guys were thinking here. Argon on plane scribbling enchant ideas? Yep. That's kind of insane for a weapon enchant. Rage. That's just as good as in a 1v5 as a 5v5. Oh, true. Yeah, I guess you're kind of right about that, huh? Don't make it based on time, but just make it similar to Conductor, where the next posture restoration or 2 gets sent to you. Yeah. My thing about the 5v5 thing, while that's true, that is true, right? I do see what you're saying about that. They could always do something. They could always just make it to where, like, if somebody else has that person combat tagged, it's, like, ineffective. But my thing is, like, bro, if I'm M1ing 5 different people and then running away, maybe that could be busted. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends. They can give it, like, a thing where it's like, oh, if somebody else combat tags them, like, the rage goes away. So you're like, yo, I have them rage stacked. Don't hit them. Could be something like that. Or they could just keep it and just be like, hey, if you're 5v5ing and somebody has rage, good on you. Because you still have to go and hit all 5 of those people consistently, right? Or they can make it to where, like it's the latest hit, right? So, like, if you're the last person to combat tag them, then you get the rage tag. Or, like, if somebody else combat tags them, it replaces your combat tag, so you don't get the rage tag anymore. There's a lot of things they could do for that to make it, to keep it akin to 1vx. Now, what are you guys' thoughts about the Leech one? Let me look. That's fun. They're like apples. Yeah, they're pretty fine. When you enchant that procs taunt, yeah, there's already a lot of things that proc taunt. Anyway, but yeah, those are my ideas for enchants, right? Right? Just like the concept, right? Like a cooldown reducing 1vx1, one for stealing posture but hard to proc.
If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to go click on these other videos, man, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.